Kia ora everyone, welcome back to the arena. It's a massive day for all of us tag shot fanatics. Season 5 has officially kicked off, and crikey, it's a beauty. The update went live this morning, 29 August 2025, right on schedule. The servers are humming, the paint is flying, and the community is absolutely buzzing with what the developers have cooked up for us this time. It feels like we've been waiting yonks for this, counting down the days, and now that it's finally here, the excitement is off the charts. It's time to jump in, get amongst it, and see what's what. This isn't just some minor patch with a few bug fixes either. Oh no, this is a proper game changer. The team at Red Dot Studios has clearly been listening to all the chatter on the forums and social media. They've taken all that feedback on board and delivered an update that feels like it's been made for the players, by the players. From the moment you log in, you can feel the difference. The whole vibe of the game has been given a fresh coat of paint, both literally and figuratively. It's sharper, it's slicker, and it promises a whole new way to play the game we all love. Every new season brings a bit of a shakeup, but this one feels particularly significant. It's not just about a new map or a couple of new character skins, though we've got those too. This update goes right to the heart of the game's core mechanics. We're talking about fundamental changes to how we get our gear and how we move around the battlefield. It's the kind of update that will have longtime players rethinking their strategies and new players jumping in at the perfect moment. It's a gutsy move from the developers, and honestly, it's brilliant. So chuck your old loadouts out the window for a bit and get ready to adapt. The meta is about to be turned on its head, and that's what makes a game like Tag Shot so bloody good. It never gets stale, it's always evolving, always challenging us to be better. This season is all about keeping us on our toes, forcing us to try new things and master new skills. Whether you're a seasoned pro who's been here since the beta or a complete newbie just starting your journey, Season 5 is your chance to make a mark. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of what's changed. Right, let's talk about the shop. You know the one. It's our go-to spot for grabbing the latest and greatest gear to get the edge in a match. For ages, it's been pretty standard stuff. You save up your points, you buy the weapon you want, and it's yours forever. Well, that's all had a massive shakeup. The developers have introduced a brand new rotation system that is going to make visiting the shop a whole lot more interesting. It's no longer a static catalog of goodies. It's now a dynamic, ever-changing marketplace that you'll want to check on the regular. Here's the deal. The shop's inventory will now automatically change every 48 hours. That's right, every 2 days, a whole new selection of weapons will be up for grabs. This isn't just about new items either. The rotation will feature a sweet mix of brand new, never-before-seen weapons alongside some old favorites from previous seasons that you might have missed out on. It adds a bit of a lucky dip element to the whole thing. You never know what might pop up, which makes logging in each day feel a bit like Christmas morning, hoping that one gun you've been dreaming of is finally available. This change is massive for collectors and for players who love to experiment. Remember that legendary blaster from Season 2 that you couldn't quite afford at the time? Well, there's a good chance it'll pop back up in the rotation. It gives everyone a fair crack at getting their hands on a wide range of gear, leveling the playing field a bit. You won't have to feel left out just because you started playing later than everyone else. It also encourages you to spend your points wisely. Do you splash out on that cool-looking rifle today? Or save up in case something even better appears in 2 days' time? The strategy behind this is pretty clever, eh? It keeps the game's economy flowing and ensures that players are constantly engaged, even when they're not in a match. It's about creating that fear of missing out in a good way, motivating you to keep playing and earning points so you're ready when that perfect weapon appears. It's a simple idea, but its impact on how we interact with the game's progression system is going to be huge. The shop is no longer just a store, it's an event. Get ready to start watching the clock, team. Now, for the other big yarn making the rounds, the changes to movement. For as long as we can remember, a few specific weapons have dominated the high-level meta. I'm talking about the ones that weren't just for tagging opponents, but were also used for propulsion. The blast jumper and the recoil rocket are the main culprits. Players would fire them at their feet to launch themselves high into the air, zipping across the map in ways the developers probably never intended. It was a cool trick for sure, but it created a massive skill gap and made matches a bit chaotic. Well, the party's over for all you high-flying acrobats. In a bold move to ground the gameplay, the developers have completely removed the self-propulsion effect from these weapons. You can still use them to tag enemies, of course, but firing them at the ground will no longer send you soaring into the stratosphere. The team explained that they want combat to be more about tactical positioning, clever use of cover, and good old-fashioned aiming, rather than who can master a quirky physics exploit the fastest. It's a decision that's sure to be a bit polarizing for some. This change fundamentally alters the flow of the game. Maps that were once easily bypassed by a well-timed rocket jump now need to be navigated as intended. Choke points are choke points again. High ground is something you have to earn by climbing, not by blasting yourself upwards. It slows the pace down a fraction, making each encounter more deliberate and strategic. You'll have to think more about your path through the level and how you engage with enemies, rather than just flying over their heads and surprising them from above. It's a back-to-basics approach. For a lot of players, especially those who found the aerial antics frustrating, this will be a welcome change. It makes the game more accessible and easier to read. You won't get tagged out of nowhere by someone dropping from the skybox. It ensures that map design and player positioning are the key factors in winning a firefight, which is arguably how it should be. While some veterans might need to unlearn years of muscle memory, this shift promises a more balanced and fair competitive environment for everyone involved in the long run. The ground game is the new game. So after all that, what does this all mean for you, the player? In short, it's a massive refresh. These changes, especially when combined, are designed to make Tagshot feel new again. The rotating shop keeps the hunt for gear exciting and ensures that the arsenal you and your opponents bring to a match is always changing. One week, long-range rifles might be all the rage because a powerful one was in the shop. The next, it could be all about close-quarters combat. It forces you to be versatile and stops the meta from getting stale and predictable, which is a huge win. The removal of weapon jumping is just as significant. It's a clear statement from the developers about the kind of game they want Tagshot to be. They're prioritizing tactical, ground-based combat over unpredictable aerial mobility. This creates a more level playing field where strategy and aim triumph over mastering a difficult, unintended mechanic. Newer players will no longer feel completely outmatched by veterans who have spent hundreds of hours perfecting their blast jumps. It lowers the barrier to entry for competitive play and makes success feel more earned and less about who knows the trick. Ultimately, these updates are all about balance and longevity. A game that's constantly evolving is a game that people will keep coming back to. The rotating shop keeps players engaged daily, while the movement changes ensure the core gameplay remains fair and strategically deep. It shows that Red Dot Studios is not afraid to make gutsy decisions for the long-term health of their game. They're willing to shake things up, even if it means upsetting a few old habits to create a better experience for the entire community. It's a sign of a development team that really cares. So, my advice to you is to jump in with an open mind. Forget how you used to play. Embrace the changes, experiment with the new weapons that pop up in the shop, and relearn the maps without the crutch of rocket jumping. This is a new era for Tagshot, and it's a brilliant time to be a part of it. The game is more balanced, more strategic, and more exciting than ever before. It's a fresh start for everyone. Now, if you'll excuse me, the shop just refreshed, and I've got to see what's on offer. See you in the arena.